What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea and welcome to your combined 11 for Chelsea versus Fulham. One thing we are going to say is we're going to race through the defensive midfield because we've already had this conversation and that is very Chelsea heavy. So obviously we'll go Kepa, we'll go with Azpilicueta, Alonso, Rudiger, David Luiz, meh, at a push. We've obviously got Kepa in goal, Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic. But for me, the main debate comes into the front line. Now, Morata, Giroud, Mitrovic. This is where the conversation is. Could you see Mitrovic slotting into a Chelsea 11?
You could, with the style of play that he possesses. Holds up the ball, he's strong, he can head it. Almost like reminds me maybe like a Fernando Torres without that bit of pace. Giroud's a great player, 100 Premier League goals for Arsenal, etc., etc. Morata's obviously come with a huge price tag, but you could argue that Mitrovic would probably do a job at Chelsea. And I did see an article, I think it was a few months ago, linking him to Chelsea in January, which would be absurd to sell him, obviously. It'd be stupid. He literally gives us all our goals, and without him, we'd be down. There's an argument to say that Mitrovic would fit in that Chelsea team. What would you take?
I would take him in a heartbeat because as much as Giroud is a player, links up the play very well, plays very well. After Tottenham, I understand Morata scored against PAOK yesterday, but he is PAOK. He's not doing it in the Premier League. He's basically just has no mental strength, no strength whatsoever. He can't do one-on-ones. And people are saying he's not confident enough. We need a centre forward that is confident. We need to be challenging for stuff in the next few years. We need to be able to challenge for this top 4 position. And, for me, it comes down to that. I would put Mitrovic in above Morata. Him or Giroud would be the conversation. I think, obviously, Mitrovic has age on his side, which is why I'd slot him in. So I'd like to put Mitrovic in this combined 11 of, Chelsea and one Fulham player. But then also we'll put Hazard in. We can talk about which side he'll play, but the other player I want to talk about, obviously Willian this season, he does play well. People bang on about goal scoring opportunities that he's created. Doesn't materialise into goals, doesn't materialise into assists. Across the past few seasons, he does cut in, very indecisive, and he, for me personally, doesn't really get enough of those primary stats. If you look before this season, in 5 seasons at Chelsea, I think it was like 25 goals or 25 assists and 5 goals or something stupid like that in the Premier League. Ryan Sessegnon, is he that good?
He can be. He could be. He's only 18, bless him.
He's only 18? Yeah. He's 2 years younger than me and you.
Yeah, he is.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's my hero and he's younger than me, but look, He's actually played on I think he's played on the right-hand side a couple of times for Fulham. Whether that's worked, I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But he's predominantly a left-sided player. So if you've got Hazard on that left wing, he's not getting in that team. But he can in the right. I guess he can cut in and etc. Look, he's a player with huge potential, and he grows on confidence. He's very good at getting in with those rebounds. We saw it a lot last season. He scored a lot of tap-ins. I think he only scored 1 goal from outside the box last season out of all 13 or 12 he scored. Terrific player. Wonderful player to watch, loves the club, pats the badge, does all that lovely stuff.
What about his brother Steve?
Well, Stephen actually is a right back come centre back, and he played against Millwall in the Carabao Cup. Very, very good. Very good. Not quite at the Championship, not quite at Premier League level. Probably could do a job in a Championship team this season. But I really want to keep hold of him because obviously, being twins, they're very close to each other. They've got a very good relationship with the club, been there since I think they were 8 years old. It's a very lovely story, and they've got another younger brother as well in the academy. I love the whole Sessegnon Fulham vibe. It's fantastic for Fulham. But talking about starting 11, yes, I think he's got the potential, but give him 2 or 3 more years. He still needs to get in that England team, does Ryan Sessegnon.
Yeah, that's very true. Do you think he's got the capacity to do that?
I think Gareth Southgate's definitely got him on his mind. I think he's you look at Jadon Sancho, you look at Phil Foden. These are players that are getting in the squad.
Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi's fantastic. He'd get in our team. Yeah.
That honestly, when he scored last night, I've not been that happy about a Chelsea player scoring for ages because we've been calling for him to get in that side for ages.
I watched Chelsea under-21s against Fulham under-21s at the Cottage in minus conditions last season. I think he scored 4 goals when Chelsea won 6-0. All goals in the second half. He was frightening. He was fantastic. He was the standout player. I know it's only the kids that they were playing, but he looks on a very different level. And if it wasn't for all that competition at Chelsea, Hudson-Odoi would be playing week in, week out. And if he was at a Championship team like Tammy Abraham, he'd be playing every game, no doubt.
So are we going to put Ryan Sessegnon in this side?
Yeah, put him on the right.
Should we put him on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's your combined 11. two Fulham players in there. We were trying to debate about Tom Kearney maybe getting into the midfield, but Kovacic is off.
John Michel Seri.
That is a very good. We were linked with him as well this summer. What's he been like for you?
He's been rubbish, to be fair. He's been really poor. 23 million, or how much he cost, or maybe something different. 25. He started really well for Fulham, like really good, great goal against Burnley. But he's kind of gone into a shadow. And the thing is, with Kearney as well, because they're so similar, they can't play on the same pitch.
Makes me think of a very similar French central midfielder. Obviously, he's Ivorian, but I came from the French league. Big fee as well. Timmy Bakayoko, Jean-Michel Seri. Don't buy from the French league. There's two examples, both from Southwest London. Okay, it's just how it is. But I mean, sure, I guess there could be an argument for him to maybe get in the bench. Tom Kearney's always a player that I've been very interested in. Yeah. He's always seemed to have this vibe about him. Yeah. He obviously West Ham after him for a couple of years now in the Premier League.
With West Ham, I don't like that. You know, he went to a Chelsea West Ham game, sat right behind the dugout. That kind of caused a bit of friction last season, but I think he's very grounded. I think he does love the club. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him after Tottenham away, which was fantastic.
Saw that video.
Thanks very much. No, it was very fun. It was very. It was down to my brother. Thanks very much for getting him on. But Tom Kearney is the guy who got us to the Premier League. We owe him more than he owes us, I reckon. And if he wants that move away in years to come, then we should probably give it to him at some point. But he's a very good player, and you know, if we survive to this season, he'll probably stay. And you know, he's got a 5-year contract at the club, so he'll go for a fee. We'll get some good money for him. But Tom Kearney is the life and heart of Fulham FC at the moment. We really do love him.
Well, there you heard it. It didn't really turn out to be a combined 11. It turned out more into an in-depth analysis of some key players for Fulham. But guys, make sure you head across to Fulhamish, where you'll see my opposition preview of Chelsea versus Fulham. Obviously, 12 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. If you're here, Lewis, turn the camera around, show people where we will be. We'll be outside Kona Kai, just there. Literally this lovely little spot where you will not get run over because there will be no cars coming, as it will be a match day. But no, guys, make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Thanks to Jack for coming on, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. See you after the game, definitely. Take it, guys. Subscribe, and we'll see you later.